Hello guys, welcome to day 8 of HackerRank 30 Days of Code Challenge, and today we are going to take a look at the concept of maps. So we have been given a task. What we have to do is basically create a directory, and we have to get the input of the name of the person and his number. So we have to store it in a map, and then we'll be asked to find the number of that person. So we'll be given a query in the form of the name of the person, and we have to return his number. So this is the sample input and output. This is the name of the person, and this is his number, and these are the queries, and we have to return the number. If the name of that person doesn't exist in the directory, we have to return not found. So let's proceed to code for it. First of all, we'll have to take the input n, which is the size of the map or the directory that we are going to make. So let's take that input from the user. Now this is an important part. We'll have to declare a map. So this is the syntax for a map. First we write a map, and then in angle brackets we write the data type of the key value and the mapped value. So there are two values. First one is the key value, and second one is the mapped value, and these two values are stored together and can be accessed together. So if you know what the key value is, then you can access the mapped value. So the key value is the name, so the data type of the key value will be string, and then we have to save the number of that person. Now the number is quite big, so instead of writing the data type of it as an integer or long int, we'll just write it as a string, because we don't have to do any we don't have to perform any operations on it. So it will be a it won't be complicated if we use it as a string, and then we write the name of the map. So here I'm writing it as a phone book. That's it. We have declared the data structure called map, and the name of the map is phone book. Now let's run a for loop and take all the inputs. So for int I is equal to 0, I is less than n, and let's increment I. Alright, first declare a string called name and a string called number. Let's take the input from the user. First will be the name and second will be the number. Now this is an important part. What we did here is we created a map called phone book, but this is an empty map. There is no element in the map right now, and we have to add an element to it. So how do we do that? We use a function called insert. So first we write the name of the map, then we use the dot operator, and then we use the function called insert. And in brackets we'll have to make a pair. So pair is also a type of container, and what it does is store two values together as a single unit. So again we write the name of the data structure that this pair will store. So we are storing string. The data types will be stored in the angle bracket, and then we in round brackets we write the actual pair that we are going to store, which is name and number. Okay, so we have inserted the element in the phone book, and that's how all the elements will be inserted. Now we'll be asked the query and we have to return the number, its associated number. But a challenge here is that we don't know the number of input that will be given. So in that case, what we use is we'll use a while loop, and the condition that we give the while loop is this: cin query. Okay, so what it does is until we are getting the input from the user, it will run the loop, and uh, as the input is stopped, the loop will terminate. Okay, so let me declare a string called query, and whenever the loop starts, it will take the input of the query. So that is sorted. Now we will have to use a iterator. Now how to declare an iterator? We'll have to declare an iterator to a map. So first we write map, and then we write the data type of the key value and the mapped value separated by a comma. Then we use the scope resolution operator, which is 2 semicolons, and then we write iterator followed by the name of the iterator. Now the name of the iterator I'll give here as itr. So iterator does nothing, it just uh, points to the memory location of the elements in the map. That is the use of iterator. Now the value of the iterator will be the memory address of the element which will have query as its key value, right? Because we have to find the element which has this name as its key value. How do we do that? We use the find function. Now again, to access that function, we write the name of the map, then we use the dot operator, and then we use the find function, and in brackets we write the value of the key. So here we the value of the key will be query. All right. Now if that value doesn't exist, if for example Edward is an entry which doesn't exist in the phone book, so what we'll do is if itr is equal to phone book dot operator end, which means that the value does not exist in that map, and end is a function which gives you the value after the last element of the map. So it has already searched all the elements in the map, and it didn't find the element which has query as the key value. So if this happens, if the query doesn't exist in the phone book, we have to output not found, not found. Then we have to leave that line, so end it. But if it exists, we have to output in this manner. So first will be the name of the key value, and then we have to write the equal to sign, and then the mapped value. Now how do we access the key value and mapped value? So for that we use the arrow operator. Now iterator is at the memory location of that element in the map, so iterator, and when we have to access the first value of the pair, we use first, and then we write the equal to sign, and then we'll access the second element, which is the mapped value. All right, and then we'll leave that line. That's it, we have completed the code. Let's run the code if it works. Let's see if it works, and yes, it has passed successfully. Let's submit the code, run all the test cases. Yes, our code is working. The concept of maps will be a bit heavy to understand, so I'll recommend spending some time on it. Do some research, Google whatever queries you have. That's it. This is all for this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.